If you've ever wondered how builders know what a house should cost, it starts with something called a takeoff. A takeoff is just the process of measuring and counting everything needed to build the project. Before you price anything, you need the plans, the specs, and a clear scope of work. If one of those is missing, your estimate can be wrong before you even begin. The first job is quantity, not guessing. Measure first, price second. Most takeoffs fall into three simple buckets: count, length, and area. Count items are things like doors, windows, sinks, toilets, and light fixtures. Length takeoffs cover things like walls, baseboard, pipe, wire, and rebar. Area takeoffs cover slabs, drywall, flooring, roofing, siding, and paint. Let's start with concrete, because the foundation sets the tone for the whole estimate. For footings, you measure length, width, and depth, then multiply to get volume. Then you convert cubic feet into cubic yards, because concrete is usually ordered by the yard. For a slab, take the length times width times thickness, and don't forget thickened edges if the design has them. A common mistake is pricing only the slab center and forgetting beams, curbs, or porch pads. Next comes framing, where takeoffs move from concrete volume to piece counts and lineal footage. For walls, you measure total wall length and multiply by wall height to get wall area. But lumber isn't just wall area. You also need plates, studs, headers, and blocking. A fast beginner method is to count studs at the chosen spacing, then add corners and openings. Roof framing and trusses are usually counted by layout, span, and spacing. Then subtract or separate special pieces like beams, LVLs, hangers, and hardware. Openings are another big category, because every door and window affects framing, finishes, and labor. That means a missed window count can snowball into missed material and missed profit. Now let's look at roofing, which is usually measured by area, slope, and waste factor. Measure the roof surface, not just the footprint, because pitch changes the real area. Then add shingles, underlayment, drip edge, flashing, ridge, and vents as separate line items. If you estimate only shingles and ignore accessories, the roof bid gets eaten alive. Plumbing and electrical takeoffs are usually a mix of count items and measured runs. You count fixtures and devices, then measure pipe, conduit, wire, and main runs. For drywall, siding, flooring, and paint, surface area is the main driver. Measure the gross area, then subtract big openings if your trade or material requires it. Always check the trade rule, because some subs price full area and others deduct openings over a certain size. Now here is where estimating becomes profitable. Quantity times unit cost gives you material cost, but material cost is only part of the job. You still need labor, equipment, overhead, and profit. Labor can be estimated by production rate, like square feet per day, feet per hour, or units per crew. Overhead covers the business costs that keep the company alive, like insurance, office time, trucks, and supervision. Profit is not leftover money by accident. Profit should be added on purpose. One easy way to lose money is forgetting waste, breakage, and offcuts. Another way to lose money is missing small hardware, fasteners, adhesives, and sealants. A third killer is using old prices instead of current supplier or subcontractor quotes. And maybe the biggest mistake of all is not reading the details, notes, and exclusions on the plans. A good estimator also compares the takeoff to the plans one more time before sending the bid. That final review catches duplicates, omissions, and bad assumptions. If you want to make money, be accurate, be consistent, and build a repeatable estimating system. The best builders do not rely on memory. They rely on process. So if you're learning takeoffs, start simple, double-check everything, and let the numbers guide the price.